Hi
So,
everyone.
hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining this live video. According to the latest news about pandemic and disasters that happening globally all over the world, we try to be a source of inspiration and encouragement to the people who trying to stay at home and to prevent this virus. So, today I invited my friend Patrick, who is the founder of DesignWanted as well. We're going to have a conversation about DesignWanted, about Patrick himself. So, Patrick, the mic is yours. Do you have
Yeah,
anything to start?
yeah. I mean, thank you very much for your invitation. Of course, it's a pleasure to talk with my friends around Instagram. We are many of us. There are many guys and girls
Yes.
running Instagram pages, so it's great to share some inspiration. So I agree with you. I'm based in Milano, Italy, and it's been a very tough moment so far. I mean, the last
Yes.
month, our lives changed completely. And
Yes.
yes, I agree with you. I mean, let's try to be positive and encouraging other
Yes.
people around the world.
Exactly.
So it's amazing.
Exactly.
I agree.
So, how would you introduce yourself, Patrick, to our followers?
That's a
Who
good
is
question.
Patrick? Who is
I
Patrick?
still don't know, but I'll try to answer. First of all, I just want to know one important thing. I mean, I want to say one important thing. Of course, I'm not a designer myself, so that's the peculiarity of Design Wanted. I was born in Milano. I'm 37, so I think a little bit over the average of Instagram.
Oh, okay.
And I live here. I travel a lot for work, for Design Wanted, to join design events around the world. And what I love to do, I love reading. I have a lot of books about, history, biographies. I really love to learn from innovators and creatives. And that's why I love design too. That's what I
So, what do you think where this love to design comes from? What is the reason where it is?
that's another strange stuff. Most of the time in life things happen by chance. So I didn't plan to work in the design field. I studied marketing and I studied communication, and I've always been working in the sales and marketing areas. But one day, it was 2008, I guess, if I remember it well, I was just going out of my office in Milano, and I met a friend of mine. We were together at the kindergarten, and at that time he asked me to have a beer. So we were talking about his project. It was a design blog, and I understood that there was, let's say, a room to support him with marketing stuff. And I
Okay.
started to give him some tips, and then I started to collaborate with this guy. He's the founder actually of Design for Today, which is another very cool magazine, now a printed version.
Great.
And that's how I started. It was a random initiative. I love to help people, to support people with marketing stuff. That's how I started to work with him, with the Ricardo. And I came to love design. And the more I saw design and designers around the world for the events, it was really interesting to see how you can turn an idea into something very practical. And that's what I love about design. It's not just for the aesthetics. It's because
Yes.
it's something where you really can go from what you think to create something which impacts in people's life. And that's
Yes.
really pragmatic in my opinion. There are a lot of people talking about many ideas, but rarely they do stuff. A designer, a designers alone can do a lot. I mean, he can create really
Exactly.
something which every of us can join, and can use. So that's why I love design.
Yes. So all of these things happened before Instagram, before you opened this page.
If you want, I can tell you why I started Instagram. I
Why
mean,
did you start it?
that's the other curious stuff. I was living in Riga, Latvia, in the north of Europe.
Europe. Yeah.
And at one point, it was 2015, I decided to stop working with my ex-business partner, with Ricardo. And I said, but I want to work in the design industry because I love it. And I am a marketing guy, so I have to invent something. I broke my knee. I was playing soccer in Italy,
Okay.
and I broke my knee. So I was at home for 1 month, like now, for very similar to now.
Okay. All
And
creative ideas just born in that date.
I was bored, and a friend of mine, he did a course about Instagram. He's living in
Yes.
Los Angeles. He's a marketer, And he told me, Patrick, can you check my latest online course? Okay, I said, okay, yes, let me see it and see if it works. I mean, it's interesting. And I realized that Instagram was booming in the United States. So I said, okay, I think that I love design. Instagram is here, it's working. I had to put the two things together. And that's how I started the page on Instagram. It was
Great.
really for fun at the beginning, but then it became really my second word.
Yes, exactly. So beside DesignWanted, what is your profession of? So you have another work beside DesignWanted? DesignWanted is a side hustle?
No, no, I have to say that now. No, I mean, Design Wanted is my life. Is my entire day. Is my 15 hours working a
All of
day.
us.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I love it, and it's what I want to do. But it's another word. It's at the beginning. I was not a digital guy. I had to say. I come
Yes.
from the old school. It was more about advertising on printed stuff and
Yes.
television. But then I realized the power of social media. And
Yes.
that's really interesting because really everyone can get in, can start something for free, and they can become huge as your page. I mean, which I love, by the way.
Thank you.
So
Thank you. Appreciate that.
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
that's why I'm here.
Yeah. What are your goals with DesignWanted?
That's a good question, because many of us start a page on Instagram, we start communities, we try to build something which is relevant to people. And, as a marketing guy, as I was saying, my main goal is to support the design world to become more important, more relevant to, let's say, the ordinary people. I say this because if I put together the fact that it's a pragmatic industry, that's what I love, especially in days like this, There's a lot that designers can do, in my opinion. And the more I've traveled around the world, the more I've seen people with great talents, with not good marketing skills, let's say. Right. So I created DesignWanted to try to help designers and design companies to get out there, to be known from the huge audience. So that's the goal of DesignWanted. And this is done by sharing stories, it's done by talking to people, listening to designers, companies, and we try to tell stories to others. That's basically the idea.
Great. So as one of the leading design platforms on social media, what do you think is the impact of DesignWanted in creating high quality designs by designers? What is your impact? What do you think?
It's hard to say because our perception is always biased.
Yes.
We see ourselves always small. We think really that we talk to a lot of people, yes, but we don't realize completely what's the consequences on people.
Yes.
And I can tell you that so far I've seen many of the projects that we shared. Most of them, of course, were already out there, but the more pages like ours talk about them, we give them a chance to be around. So you never know if everything started from your page, but what you know is that you can contribute to the visibility of cool projects. So I think that actually the impact that we can have, all we can have, is keeping out there always the innovative projects, and hopefully people will understand, will learn, will check new projects, and they will improve their own. They will ask you questions. They will try to get out of what we publish the best insights for their projects as well. I guess this is the best thing that we can do. I mean, is bringing there what they can see usually in their world, because we all live on Instagram, we all live in a city. So we have this mission, in my opinion. We need to give visibility to good projects, and that's the impact we can have, first of all, with people who don't have the means to do it.
Exactly. So I think, I'm sure a lot of people are asking this question from yourself. What are your criteria to publish a project? What are you looking for?
Yeah. That's another very good question, because we got a lot of requests for publications. A lot of people write to us, and first of all, I want to say something which is not related to the project. One of the things that I really like in people is when they ask you in a polite way something. I really like designers that introduce themselves, that they tell you a bit more about the project. They try to make you understand why you should publish them. It's not just I send you the post and publish it. It's not like that. I think it's always a matter of relationship, you know?
Yes.
And so the first thing that I see in designers is the way they approach us. I really like it when they are polite and structured and they give us the material which might work. And after this,
so you think the communication skills have a big impact in areas?
Since I do communication, yeah, right. Not always like this, but of course, this is when they write us, you know.
I'm just joking.
No, but that's correct. That's correct. That's something that I really care of, you know.
Yes.
It happened one time that someone, I don't remember the name, you know, they wrote us, publish this, and I said, who are you? I mean, just introduce yourself. I mean, I didn't like the rude way they do that, you know.
Yes,
it might be a superficial stuff somehow, but it's really important to think also of this part, you know, because sometimes they don't realize how much important is the relationship on socials as well. So what we look for, you know, for sure aesthetic, because we are talking about Instagram. So most of the impact you get it from the aesthetics of the project. So something that people can really immediately recognize. On the other side, what we love is the story behind the project, you know. It's really interesting to us to understand what happened behind the project. What was the idea again? What was the creative process that the designers followed? And that's something that we like to share on Instagram for sure. But then we tend to look for this kind of projects because we want to publish them on DesignWanted.com as well. So for sure, the creative process is something really interesting to us.
That's great. Thank you. Thanks.
It's a pleasure.
We have a question from one of our followers whose name is Ayşe Köker. She stated that thinking of the current state of the world, how do you think design strategy is gonna evolve? Do you think that this pandemic stuff will change the future of design and the stuff that we are doing right now?
You know, I think it's gonna change, not that much.
Even from the point of marketing, what is the impact?
You know, I think that what happened actually just accelerated what was going on. You know, we were all talking about sustainability. We were all talking about smart working. We were all talking about 3D printing, digital design, all this stuff. I think that more than before now, designers will have to be very, very able to imagine a new future. They will need to bring more than before solutions in a sense that they must be understandable for people, you know. Till now, in my opinion, there have been a lot of design production which was just, I want to do the next cool stuff. Now you need to really answer a lot of questions. And I think that these questions will arrive from the governments, from big private companies, because they must comply with, you know, with new expectations from populations. I think that what happened really told people that the world is changing. People will understand more about solutions. So designers, I think that they must be able to communicate their solutions, which are not just aesthetic stuff, but they're really something that people need now. And so the new chair, the new interior design, the new architecture will have to meet all these new criteria. So the strategy, in my opinion, is just about don't try to push yourself, try to push solutions.
That's right.
My opinion, again, I talk from a marketing point of view.
Yeah, I got it. I appreciate that. So we have another question from Ruan Erasmus, who is also founder of All of Architecture. Actually, I think I should answer this question. I don't know. Are firms ready to start producing parametric architecture?
What do you think?
I'll go with this question. Yeah. Actually, what parametric architecture is a very big topic. We can't talk in just 1, 2, 3, 5 minutes or 10 minutes. But I would like to state that parametric architecture is very, from the beginning of the human life, like whatever we were building was parametric, and everything that we are building now is parametric. So the thing that the word just came out after like in 1950s, 1940s, was because we started trying to understanding of the relationship of the parameters together and putting them into the computer. So we were doing the parametric design, but after the rise of the computers, it just got popped out, and we started using computers to define parameters to our designs. So this is a very magnificent, very fascinating thing. That's we create shapes, we create forms or relations by codes. So it doesn't matter whether you're designing just one box or one curvy stuff, you are always using parametric architecture. But the thing that parametric design is something else, and it is a design, I don't want to call it style, but it is a design approach which you are using parametric softwares to create your designs. Also, for example, you're calculating all those parameters, for example, sun exposures, for example, wind amount, like for example, the amount of the people who are living in the house, for example, the amount of the people who will be added after the design. I mean, there's a ton of parameters, or length, or every stuff is a parameter for you. So the word parametric architecture is just new because we just discovered it very recently. So everything that you are doing is parametric architecture.
That's a good question. Thank you, because I have to learn a lot of stuff about this too, you know?
Yes, because I get a lot of questions like this. I would like to say that it out. And the reason I started this page is also because in 2015, 14, and 16, I really jumped into this world. I am an architect, and I was designing. I was doing this design stuff for 8-9 years. So I jumped into this world. I discovered parametric tools. I discovered computational tools. I started using them. Then I started this page to share my own works. It just got bigger. I changed it to a magazine. I changed it to share other designers' works as well, not to be selfish, to share other people's works as well. So it just got bigger. Yeah, it just got bigger, and now it is. There it is.
Well, I mean, we are. Okay, just a second, Amit, because there's my dog rushing.
Okay, bring it to the video.
Yeah, she's coming. Now you can see her. Look.
Yeah.
She's
what
a
was
baby.
His name?
Lucy. You see?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen her.
She loves to be on my desk for some reason. So
you have a cat also, right?
No, she is a cat. You know, this is a dog cat because she does what cats do, and she's amazing. And
right.
But yes, you know, I love what you're doing, and not just because we are talking now, but I've been following the page even before we started to talk, and I love the approach from many of us on Instagram, because we really do what we mean in our words.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
It's pretty cool.
I want to give a shout out to Ora Ito, who just joined our live video.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much, Ora, for joining this video. I really appreciate. Thanks for watching. Also, I want to give a shout out to Architect and Design, who is a very close friend of us, and he's watching right now. Thank you. So I'll go to my another question. So lastly, I would like to ask a last question for you. What would you like to share with our followers as an advice, who are just somehow related to design thing, or as a marketing point, or also as a designer point? Yeah.
You know, I'm lucky because I talk with a lot of great professionals. And I was having a chat the other day with a guy. He's a friend of mine. He's a very, 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 very amazing person, and professional as well. And he was showing me this post-pandemic map he's building, which impacts on design. So I really want to tell designers, that it's a bit what we were saying before. It's really important now to think of the word in a real sense. We
Right.
always talked a lot about this. We talked a lot about the fact that we need to be sustainable and whatever. But now I think that they really need to put into practice what we've been saying a lot in these days.
It's
She's here,
Lucy.
but yeah,
Okay.
she's still here. And
Yeah.
so it's really important, in my opinion, that first of all, we work to create a network. So I
Okay.
tell designers to try to create this network around the world. They don't have to be, by themselves alone working, but they can reach us out. They can suggest the projects. So it's a way for us to learn new things, for them to get some visibility and put in real life in practice what they're doing. But really, I think it's really important that now designers better realize their role in these days, in this time. Everything is
Right.
designed, so they need to think of it in a different way, in my opinion, which is more and more environmentally oriented and more human oriented, even more than before. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Right.
In terms of marketing, it's always the same stuff. I always say that the best idea, if it stays in a garage, it wouldn't work, because there are a lot
Hmm.
of ideas out there. But if you don't tell anyone, how the world could know about that and your talents. So it's always important to start to communicate somehow. Use socials, use your website, and start to do something.
Yeah. Great. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. My pleasure.
Thanks for joining this video.
That's been a pleasure.
What are the situations in Milan right now? Are you still in quarantine?
We are still, and I have to say, and I think that we will be in quarantine for the next 2 weeks, unfortunately.
Wow.
It's really hard for us because we've been at home for 1 month so far, and I think it's
Wow.
going on for another month somehow, because when everything will be done, you won't get out immediately. It will take
Right.
time, first the young people, then the elders, and we are trying to work out at home. We are trying to do more work. We are trying to read more. We are in Milano, at least, because it's a very alive city. It's something where you see a lot of people around or during the year. Now it's completely empty, and it's then strange. So
Right.
we'll see what happens, and it's okay. At least people are following the rules, which is not very typical for Italians.
Yeah.
So you can
No
imagine how
problem.
we're going to do it.
Just stay
What's the
strong,
situation there?
stay safe. Istanbul is also like all other parts of the world. It's lockdown and also quarantine. It's been 2 weeks that we are working from home, and I don't go outside for anything. I'm just going to buy food
Have
stuff
fun to
and
eat.
just coming back. And yeah, the numbers are increasing in Istanbul as well. It's been I don't know. It's sad to hear those people are dying, and also the virus just spreading out. I hope this just ends really soon, because it's just consuming a lot of energy, a lot of the economy is going down.
Yeah,
I
that's a
don't
big
know.
problem.
We're just
That's a big
waiting. We're
problem.
just waiting.
I know. I talk even with companies here. The problem is with small shops. They're really
Yes,
they're really suffering the crisis. But again, the only thing that we can do is stay positive. And I know
exactly.
sometimes it's too strict, but what's the alternative?
Yes,
That's the only thing that we can do. So
exactly.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, let's just stay positive and strong.
Yeah, yeah.
Great. Guys, thank you so much for joining this live video. We will continue this series with other architects, other designers like Patrick, if not designers, other magazines like Patrick. So stay with us. We will update you soon. Thank you. Patrick, thank you so much. Oh,
Thank you, Amit. I think you lost
oh,
the. Yeah, you're
I
here.
lost my phone. The phone
I,
just
I
dropped down. Yeah,
yeah, I have the dog here around you, which is biting all my stuff. I thank you
yes.
very much for your invitation and for
You're
for this
welcome.
talk. I really love talking to you, and I say I wish you best time to everyone who followed us in the talk, and I say goodbye to your friends here, and I wish the best luck to all our friends. So
thank you.
Let's
Thank
keep doing
you.
what we are doing. Thank you very much, Amit.
Thank you. Take care of Lucy as well.
Yeah, thank you. She's here somewhere.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Ciao. Have a nice
Goodbye.
day.
Ciao.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Thank you. Goodbye.